Well, hello there, people in the internet, and hello again, I'm TheMBmulti. Welcome to, I believe this is part 30 of My Doki Doki SNAFU. In the previous episodes, we made up with Sayori again, after she confessed her love, and we, of course, declined. Or turned her down, or whatever the correct phrasing for that would be. Ignoring the fact that we're perfectly fine just having burgers with her and, what's his name? Kiba? Yeah. Yeah, the appeal continues to dwindle, no matter how much time we spend with everybody. So that's interesting. I don't know, Monika, I guess? Oh, never mind. We can skip this. Not yet. Although we do seem to be kind of close to the end. Kiba. Have you, Whoa! What? Kiba, what did you do? You dragged me into the void, Kiba. What's going on? Have you seen your parents at all recently? The hell? My surprise slips out as Kiba suddenly poses an unexpected question. Sorry for asking out of nowhere. But they live in Tokyo, right? I was just wondering if you've spoken to them about midterms yet. About midterms, huh? My mood begins slowly deteriorating as the thought weighs on my mind. Mark? God say I have. Huh? They called me at the end of Golden Week. Haven't heard from them since. Seriously? The look on his face says, isn't that a pretty long time? Wait, the end of Golden Week? Does that have something to do with why you left early? No, the two are unrelated. Not wanting this conversation to continue, I respond with a quick lie before focusing on my lunch. Clearly unconvinced, Kiba spends the remaining lunch period deep in thought. What the fuck, why the hell was the background gone? Alright, Literature Club. Let's talk to Sayori. Do you have any plans for summer? Plans for summer, huh? Not that I know of. Why? Have you and Monika got something in mind for the club? No, well, yeah. But that's not what I'm asking. She nervously fidgets with her fingers before continuing. You remember that new karaoke place we talked about? The one you said was gonna open soon? They actually opened a few days ago, and me and my friend from class went to check the place out. How was it? Super fun! They had a ton of songs you could choose from, a drink bar, a ton of different snacks you could order. Sayori freezes upon noticing how excited she has become. Anyway, I was wondering if, well, maybe you'd, She trails off, leaving me to pick up the slack. You wanna go together? Oh, of course I want to. So you can stop acting so reserved around me, alright? Regardless of our relationship, I still value every second we spend together. Mark? Stop being nice, meanie. What? You're gonna make me sad again. Calling someone a meanie for being nice, huh? Maybe you're more warped than I thought. And whose fault would that be? No comment. Even though she's pouting, I imagine Sayori is just as happy about our karaoke trip as I am. I get the feeling there will be an opportunity for us to grow closer soon. Lol, you just rejected her. Why do you want to grow close again? Okay, contact Monika. Okay, random transition that wasn't necessary. Setting things down in the kitchen, I decide now may not be a bad time to try getting in contact with Monika. Oh, there we go. Now I'm actually the one doing it. Instead of clicking, let's contact Monika and then Monika contacting me instead. We've still got a lot to clear up, so knowing when she'll be free again wouldn't hurt. Thinking this, I shoot her a quick email asking... Email? You mean text, right? Asking if she's busy. 10 minutes pass with no response from Monika. Shouldn't be a surprise. There's no telling what she's got her hands full with right now. Not wanting to waste any more time staring at my phone, I grab a drink from the fridge before heading upstairs. 8 o'clock rolls around with me having all but forgotten about my message. This lasts until... Bzz, bzz. Incoming call Monika. A call? Didn't I only ask if she was busy? Hello? Mushy mushy. Hello, Mark? Sorry for calling you so late. There's a hoarseness in... Yeah, there's a hoarseness to her voice I've never heard before. Is something wrong? You, don't sound great. I'm not sure where to begin. Huh? My parents found out about our trip. An immense weight presses down on me as she says this. I'm sorry, Monika. What did they say? They said a lot. Maybe I did too. We all needed some time to cool off and think things over, so I left. They may be overbearing, but I still love my parents. I didn't want to end up saying anything that would seriously hurt them. Where are you now? In a park near my house. I'm not sure why, but I ended up thinking about you, about coming over there. Your house seemed like the best place to go to get away from this pressure. So it's like she's trying to run away from the issue. Not that I want to talk, I'd do the same thing in her position. That said, enabling her could very well make the situation worse. I know this is sudden, but can I stop by? Just until I can sort things out? Oh wow, I can only decline. I can only decline, what the hell. Yeah, well, that's probably because I'm on Yuri's route already. And this would be the option where I could, you know, like grow closer to Monika. It's a bit fucked that is only decline. I think we really should go to the final club meeting so I can get the other routes, because I hate these when there's not really a choice. There was I believe there was one with Natsuki too, or Sayori, I can't really remember, but there was another one where there was no choice, but I had to click on the option. And that was also because, you know, I was already on Yuri's route. Like, why the hell would you decline? Like, even if you would, like, enable her to run away, like... By the sounds of things, it just happened. Monika just now left her house, and she's still, like full of emotion, and, you know, like, just left a shouting match with her parents. Just having her come over to, like, calm down, that's not enabling her to run away. But, you know, that's enabling her to... calm down and collect her thoughts, and not like what she said, like not like shouting and saying something that would hurt her parents, which she doesn't want to do. Yeah, I know you're in a tough spot right now, but I don't think coming over would be the best idea. This is easy for me to say since I'm not in your position, but now would be the best time to confront them on this. Nothing's ever going to change otherwise. Out of all the times you could have said something reasonable. But I know you're right. I don't think this means our agreement is over though. You're still more than welcome to come here whenever you need to. Thanks, Mark, for everything up until now. What do you mean? Are you gonna die? I'll try stopping by once the smoke is cleared, so you better be prepared to take responsibility. Yes, ma'am. I'll do what I can. Then we'll leave it at that. Good luck, Monika. I really do hope things improve for you. Having a strained relationship with your parents isn't an easy thing, but you're smart. You'll be able to sort things out. I have faith in you. I'll do my best. With this, the call ends. Talking about improving family relations is more than a little hypercritical of me, but still, I really do hope she comes out of this for the better. Winding down for the night, it's hard to deny that I've been unusually anxious about the last few hours. Wonder how things went with her parents? Maybe she'll tell me more tomorrow. Oh, bzzzt. I practically jump as my phone begins vibrating. Hello? Hey Mark, sorry for calling you so suddenly again. No worries, so how did things go? Were you able to talk things out with them? Well, there's a lot to unpack, but we were able to make some headway. Even though they disagreed with me about almost everything, there were still a few issues we managed to compromise on. Well, these things tend to go slow at first. I'm just glad to hear you were able to make any progress at all. This is me we're talking about. Surely you had at least a little faith. But of course. I never doubt the elite game-changing force of nature that is Monika. You know, laying it on that thick almost makes you sound ingenuine. Consider it a testament of your talents. So, where are you right now? Kinda sounds like you're outside again. I'm on my way to a friend's house. Things were still pretty tense at mine, so she's letting me spend the night. Oh. So you're fine with just going from house to house, huh? And here I was thinking we had something special. That's rich coming from you. Don't tell me you've already forgotten who I asked to come visit first. Well, I'm only messing with you. You made a choice with my best interest in mind, right? No way I could be mad over such a thing. That's a relief. Plus, can you really blame me for choosing my friend's house? There's no telling what kind of immoral acts you'll try performing on me if I came over at 11 o'clock at night. Well, that may be true. A socially inept friend of mine tells me girl slumber parties can be pretty wild as well. Sure you'll be okay? Yeah, I'll find a way to manage. And you should tell that friend of yours to stop reading so much ecchi. Believe me, I've tried. The thought makes me sigh. Well, I'm almost at her house now. This call was just an update on the gist of things, so we can talk more about the details some other time. Sounds good. And be sure to actually get some rest, alright? You have a tendency to push yourself too hard. Don't worry, I'm not proud enough to hide how totally exhausted I am right now. I fully intend on sleeping like a log tonight. Not very elegant sounding, but I'm glad nonetheless. Talk to you later, Monika. Right. The call ends, taking with it an immense feeling of pressure. Looks like things might go her way after all. I'm relieved. Right. Well, Natsuki. Alright, we can skip Natsuki apparently. We've got all the interactions. Let's talk to Natsuki. There we go. Heading to where Natsuki normally reads, I'm surprised to find myself totally alone. Not in the closet either. Wonder if she skipped today. Hi Mark, looking for Natsuki? Huh? Oh, yeah, I was just wondering if she had missed. Not exactly. She has to clean the home ec classroom again, so she'll probably be late again. Late getting here. I see. In that case, do you want me to go help again, like last time? No, that's alright. She's been doing this since before you joined the club, so I don't think that will be necessary. Oh, that a fact? Her disinterest in this kind of thing always manages to throw me off. I mean, really, doesn't she know a normal club president would say it would be really nice of you to go help her, or I'd appreciate it if you lend her a hand? Just how negligent is this girl? In that case, would you mind if I went and helped her with out of my own volition? Why would you do that? Is she serious? There's no way she's messing with me. I'm the kind of person who falls into a habit after doing something once, so it feels like I have an obligation to go. That's quite an interesting answer. Very well, if that's what you want to do, then feel free, I don't mind. Right. Monika walks away while giggling to herself. Maybe trying to understand women is a lost cause for me at this point. This idea crosses my mind as I prepare to leave the room. Entering the home ec room, a sense of deja vu comes over me as I once again see Natsuki standing at a sink, energetically washing the dishes. Less defenseless than in prior encounters, she notices me almost immediately. Mark? Did Monika send you to come tell me something again? Nope, I can't say she did. Then why are you here? I deliberate over a question for a moment before responding with what seems like a satisfactory answer. Got lost on my way to the restroom. Seeing as how this room contains plenty of drains, I figured it was the next best thing. Gross! How can you say stuff like that? Would you like me to give another example? No, just stop. One was enough. Very well. Suppose I'll keep the rest of them to myself. Grumbling to herself, Natsuki returns to her task. Figuring that the same song and dance routine we normally go through isn't an efficient use of time, I stand next to her and once again begin drying off the dishes. You don't need my help, I know. That said, I didn't walk all this way just for a chance to spend time in the home ec room. Well, whatever, do what you want. What a coincidence, those were my exact intentions. Seeming more complacent with my assistance this time around, Natsuki doesn't try rejecting my aid any longer. The minutes that pass are peaceful, with both of us entirely focused on our posts. However, my attention once again gets drawn to something concerning. As she passes me a pan, my focus once again falls on her forearm. Being short and petite is one thing, but something about this girl's figure rubs me the wrong way. Though it's not quite the scale of anorexia, I still can't seem to shake this uneasy feeling. I wonder if she's eating enough. This idea continues gnawing at me as I watch her. Okay, yeah, and then, you know, if I wasn't on Yuri's right, I have a choice, but I don't, so keep quiet. Instead of making any moves, I simply continue to dry the dishes. Yeah, okay, so it makes sense, because also with Yuri, there was the what's it called? That choice where I could, like, grab her arm to like, undo her sleeve so I could see the scars for real, or I could do nothing. And then, you know, if I was on any of the other girls' right and I had that interaction with Yuri, then that option of grabbing her hand would not be there, then I would only have the option to do nothing. Instead of making any moves, I simply continue to dry the dishes. If they come prying, they can leave curious. I recall this quote every time I find myself in a situation like this. Even if I did go through the process of poking into her life, who's to say that I'd actually get results? It's entirely possible that it would be a wasted effort, and I've never been much of a gambling man. But let's say I did find something out. Let's say that my suspicion ended up being true, then what? Would bearing that knowledge actually make any difference, or would it just serve as another burden to worry myself over? Prying successfully always leads to more prying. People will go on and on just to see how far they can get before they come across a wall or the other person wises up. If I were to follow that path, how far would I have gone? Would I have just tried to confirm my concerns and quit, or would I have taken it further? I don't like putting myself on paths that I can't clearly see the ends of. Life itself is already one, so why risk getting off onto a detour that winds up being a dead end? Like I said, I'm not a gambling man. I'll be the first to fall the second that the cards aren't looking too good. But I'm not ashamed to be this way. After all, this mentality is what has gotten me this far. Feeling a baseless sense of confidence, I dry off the dishes with more vigor than before. It's not long before the two of us are done and heading back to the club room. Oh, it did increase my sociability somehow, even though I did nothing. I just had some self-reflection there. Oh, contact Sayori, alright. Well, actually, Sayori is contacting me. Incoming call Sayori. Hello? Hey Mark, what you doing? Just finished eating lunch. What about you? Calling to ask for something again? Rude? But sorta. You really are too predictable. So, what's the occasion this time? About that. I was wondering if you wanted to come over and study for our entrance exams. Hold on, did you just invite me to study? Do you have to sound so surprised? Sorry. I was just caught a little off guard. But wait, why are you asking me to come over? Aren't your parents home? Nope. They went out of town yesterday and won't be back until later tonight. Guess we've got that covered then. What about the house itself though? No offense, but your dwellings have a tendency of being unorganized. Rude? Again? Did you answer my call just to be mean to me? Not really. At least, no more than usual. Jeez. Well, you'll be happy to know that I've actually been tidying up a lot lately. And even my bedroom is super clean now. Mark? You still there? Yeah, sorry. By the way, is there any chance you could come over real quick and pinch my cheeks? I liked it better when you used to praise me for this sort of thing. Don't worry, I'm just getting my kicks in. I'll be sure to spoil you rotten sometime soon. You mean it? Of course. Wouldn't want my cute and lovable childhood friend losing her motivation after all. Fine, if you're gonna keep insisting like that. Another day, another girl whose defenses are way too low. Right, look forward to it. In the meantime, you mentioned studying for the entrance exam? Oh, yeah. How far have you gotten on through that reference book we bought from the library? Only the first few sections. Great. Maybe we're close to the same spot then. You've been working on it too? Of course. Wouldn't want you becoming a loner again in college after all. That effect. Looks like escaping your clutches is going to be harder than I thought. Don't think you can get away that easily. There's no telling how much you'd start to slacking off without me around. That's a good point. Maybe keeping you nearby might not be such a bad idea after all. Did you want me to go ahead and come over or wait until later? You can come over right now if you want. Alright. I'll pack my things and head that way. Okay, see you soon, Mark. With the call ended, I head upstairs to gather my stuff. Oh wow, Sayori's house. Sayori's standing at the counter, pouring herself a cup of tea as I step inside. Want some? Thanks, but I'm fine for now. Suit yourself. While she's setting the kettle back on the counter, I notice there's nothing set on or around the kitchen table. Where were you planning for us to study? I was thinking we'd be in my room, but we could stay in here if you want. Assuming you weren't lying about it being clean, your room would probably be more comfortable. Just don't go getting any nefarious thoughts while we're in there alone together. About that. Knock knock. Her fidgeting is interrupted by the sound of someone knocking on the front door. Forgive me for jumping to conclusions, but is there perhaps something you failed to mention when you called? Well, I hear footsteps coming down the hall as Sayori avoids making eye contact. Sayori? Sorry for letting myself in, but you mentioned the front door being unlocked, so I assumed... Oh, hi Monika! What the fuck? Oh, you're here too, Mark? Monika? Ta-da! The club president and I both turn towards Sayori, who begins nervously scratching her cheek. Gotta take a wild guess and say she didn't tell you I'd be here? That's accurate. I'm assuming you're in the same boat. Yep. Isn't this exciting? The three of us being together on a day off. Well, the opportunity to brown nose my superior is certainly appreciated. Knowing she'd be here beforehand would have at least given me time to prepare. Oh? In that case, I'm grateful for the circumstances. Wouldn't have gotten to see my junior dressed so casually otherwise. Cut me some slack. Walking across the street for a study session doesn't exactly warrant my usual sense of high fashion. Is that right? So you're not mad at me? Not mad per se, though I'd like to know why you didn't tell me. Same here. Well, me and Monika made plans to study together earlier this week, but I sort of forgot. Yeah, sounds about right. That explains Monika, but how did I end up here? I was eating a snack in my room earlier and accidentally dropped it on my desk, next to my review book. Seeing it made me want to invite you over to study with me, but then, as soon as the call ended, I saw a text from Monika saying she was on her way. Cancelling on you right after calling you would have felt mean, so I thought we'd all just work together. I see. So you're saying this misunderstanding was created by you dropping a snack? To be honest, I'm a little surprised by how unfazed I was hearing her say that. This sort of ridiculousness becomes to be expected after knowing her for a while. I'm right here, you know! Well, this may not be how I planned for things to go, but I've got no problems with the three of us working together. Same here. Great! In that case, let's all head to my room. Actually, before we do, isn't Monika going to a different college than us? Won't that cause problems since you and me will most likely be working together? A good point, but there's no need to worry. Helping both of you and covering my own material won't be an issue. Helping us? Of course, you are precious members of my club after all. Monika? Now come on, let's get this study session started. Right. They eagerly stroll into the hall, leaving me to think about how this will inevitably go sideways. To my surprise, the first 2 hours actually passed somewhat smoothly. Monika started off by looking through our reference books and dividing up sections based on content and difficulty. She told us having everyone work on roughly the same material would be the easiest, so that's what we've been doing. Of course, it was only a matter of time before things got derailed. You seem awfully cheery, Sayori. That excited to study? Not exactly. I was just thinking how much this reminds me of midterms. Oh? We did have quite a bit of fun back then, didn't we? Poor fucking hell. Fun is certainly one way to describe it. Let's just pray nobody falls asleep this time. And why is that? Surely we can rely on you to take care of us should we need the help, right, Mark? Her grin grows increasingly mischievous. Save yourself the trouble and don't bother trying to scheme anything up. Or was dodging your trick last time not enough to prove my competence? Trick? Why, I have absolutely no idea what you could possibly mean. Did Monika try doing something when we were studying for midterms, Mark? She didn't do so much as she tried. Tried what? Setting me up, obviously. Why are you so confused? Sayori, you were there! You were there, Sayori! You carried, what the hell? You carried Natsuki in the end. So you know what Monika's talking about. Why are you so confused by this? Her confusion show... What? Her confusion shows she clearly has no idea about Monika's intentions that night. Well, this may sound strange, but she was hoping I'd agree to carry one of the other girls across the street. Sayori glances at Monika, who simply shrugs her shoulders. Why would she want that? Beats me. Probably just to fulfill one of her perverted fantasies. Come on, oh come now, you're making me sound like some kind of voyeur. Having kinks is fine, but you should really keep them to yourself next time. A vein in her forehead begins growing more prominent. To think you'd have such a nefarious mental image of me. I was only trying to be considerate after all. In fact, having you carry the bags proved to be rather helpful. Isn't that right, Sayori? Yeah, we totally would have had to make 2 trips without you. Trips. See? There's no need to throw around such baseless accusations when all we did was help each other. Yeah, Mark. You shouldn't be mean to Monika after she's been so nice to everyone. My thoughts exactly. Current circumstances aside, her ability to manipulate people really is something worth beholding. Fine, fine. Sorry for blaspheming against our immaculate and pure Lady Monika. Please don't punish my transgressions too harshly. A punishment, huh? Now there's an idea. What happened to being nice? Well, Sayori, is there anything you've ever wanted Mark to do that he hasn't? Less than 10 seconds pass before her face becomes completely bloodshot. In order to keep things rated PG, the answer to whatever you're thinking is no. Hey! Oh my. I'm beginning to understand who Mark gets his perverse nature from. I wasn't gonna say anything bad! Well, since Sayori's recommendation was preemptively shut down, how about I choose the punishment? Feel free, seeing as how that was likely your goal from the beginning. Wonderful. In that case, how about you? Strip! Oh yeah, that's better. That's much better, Monika. You mean my clothes? Of course. Monika! Excuse me, but are you aware what PG means? Proving grounds? Oh, smartass. Aren't you being kind of extreme? Not at all. Having a person remove their clothing is one of the most basic and simple dares out there. You wouldn't want Mark getting the terms confused after all. Just how simple-minded do you think I am? Well, whatever. Let's go ahead and get this over with. You didn't think I had the fucking balls? Oh, Monika disappeared. But what do you think you're doing? Don't you have even a shred of decency? You're the one who asked me to strip, right? Aren't my pants kind of getting in the way of that? Why would you take those off first? Isn't getting the most problematic work done early more effective? Out of all the things I've heard you rationalize, this has to be the most bizarre. Wait, I'm confused. Do I keep stripping or what? Of course not! Of course not! Monika, of course! Monika! Well, he is already committed. It would be a shame to waste his potential halfway through. So you finally decided to show your true colors, huh? You can calm down now, Sayori. I wasn't planning to go any further than the pants. What do you mean? Come on, do you really think I was that shameless enough to strip naked in front of 2 girls without so much as a second thought? Yeah, Monika, absolutely. Putting that aside for now, you were never in any danger of seeing me fully exposed. Then why did you start taking off your pants? Because of her. Me? How charming. Mark, you could get in serious trouble for saying that to a girl. At least let me explain before you press charges, will ya? Our dearest president here is well known for being calm and composed and in strenuous situations, right? I can confirm. Of course you can. Anyway, this little stunt was a concentrated effort to see if I could draw out a reaction. Much in the same way she tried getting one out of me the night we studied for midterms. Neither of them looked very convinced. I see. So you essentially began taking your clothes off in an attempt to embarrass a girl. Does that sound about right? Well, yes, but my way of saying it sounds a lot less incriminating. Aren't we supposed to be studying? An excellent point. Perhaps we could have Mark aid you from the safety of a pair of handcuffs. And whose safety would that be for exactly? Let's not get bogged down in the details. Picking up from where we left off. You're very weird, Monika. Even with all the hiccups and distractions along the way, we're able to finish the review workbook by the time the sun has started going down. Finally, Sayori slumps backwards against the bed. I'd say this was a successful study session, all things considered. Those things being your constant interruptions and gossiping. Now, that was simply my attempt at stimulating your brain by occasionally changing the flow and focus of conversation. I'm sure. You two sure I've argued a lot today? Are you mad at each other or something? Mad? Huh? No more than usual. How reassuring. Then what about you, Mark? Ever since Monika showed up, you've been really bickery. What do you expect? Our personalities are too different not to clash. But aren't opposites supposed to attract? That's just an urban legend created by desperate people. I wouldn't be so sure. You and Sayori have spent the better half of a decade together after all. True, but we don't exactly qualify as opposites. Oh? You two appear practically polar to me and everyone else. Only because our personalities on the surface are different. We've actually got quite a lot in common. Alright. For example? Come to think of it, most of the personality traits we share are negative. Jealous, selfish, stubborn. You know, the extended silence isn't very convincing. Well... We care about each other's happiness. Their eyes go wide. Oh wow, wasn't expecting such a real answer from you. What do you mean? Well, Mark's right! There's no way we are opposites. I see. The two of you really are something else, huh? Monika and I take a moment to put our things away as Sayori stuffs her review booklet into a desk drawer. Suppose I'll be heading back now while the sun is still up. Want me to walk you home? Thanks, but aren't you exhausted from all the studying? Well, don't worry about me. I've had a long day, so just focus on getting some rest for now. Right. Sorry for not being more reliable. No worries. Her attention lands on me once she's finished reassuring Sayori. What about you? Not gonna swoop in and offer to escort me home? You kidding? With your talents, wouldn't I just be a liability if something were to happen? Heh, talk about a knight in shining armor. You've got a good point though. Ow. letting you know where I live may do more harm than good in the long run after all. How big of a potential felon do you think I am exactly? I'm only joking. Just wanted to get one last jab in before heading back. Well, criminal accusations certainly make one hell of a parting gift. Right? Anyway, I'll see you two in the club. Try not having too much fun with me gone, okay? Sayori watches as Monika makes her way down the sidewalk away from us. Sure you don't want to walk with her? Positive, she'll be perfectly fine without me. Plus, wouldn't you get jealous if I did? Jealous? Haven't we gone over this already? You saying you're not? Of course I'm not. For real? In that case, see you later. Wait! Are you serious? Of course not. Leaving my childhood friend behind to chase a pretty girl wouldn't sit right with my conscience. Alright. Unless there was a good reason. Unless there was a good chance of that pretty girl inviting me inside for some hot coffee. In which case, you'd end up with whiplash from how quickly you got left behind. Ah! Her fist nails me square in the ribs. Geez, can you at least let me be happy for a few seconds before saying something ridiculous? Many apologies, ma'am. Must not have fully switched out my high defense anti-Monika mode yet. Honestly. If you'd be so merciful as to forgive me, I'm more than willing to provide ample compensation. Huh? You see, the grocery store recently had a sale on boxes of those ice cream sandwiches you really like. So, there's 2 of them currently sitting in my freezer. Wait a second. You're trying to bribe me again, aren't you? Absolutely. Oh? Should I take the pouncing to mean you don't want one? Fine. But I'm taking a few home too. Only if you promise to not eat them all at once. Deal. Not bothering to wait for me, Sayori darts across the street, fully intent on ransacking my fridge. Actually, by the way, fridge? You mean freezer, right? It's ice cream. It's gonna melt if it's in the fridge. It's gonna be water. Or milk. Alright, well, this doesn't matter. Alright. I'm actually gonna go to the final club meeting now. My appeal with everybody's probably horrible at this point. Yeah, Monika. Oh, I cleared Sayori, actually. But on the friend route. Not on the... what's it called? On the romantic route, of course. Yeah, it's pretty silly that the appeal just like disappears more and more if you, like, the longer you spend time with people.